Well, that got dark quick. Hi everybody, it's Sweep here coming at you one more time from the Game Throne with Genie to help out. And with the new film coming out, Aladdin by Disney, I thought we would take a look at the 1993, good year for gaming apparently, 1993 game by Virgin Games or Virgin Interactive. And this game shows you just what you could do with a 16-bit Sega MegaDrive. Sega Genesis if you're American, or Sega if you're Australian. Anyway, the first thing that strikes you is just how much this looks like the real movie. Fair enough, obviously it's pixelated, but the animation is so beautiful. It is literally hand-drawn by the same guys that did the film. Fantastic work has been done here. There's two versions of this game, one for the Nintendo systems and the Sega one's better. End of story. This game has an absolute plethora of secrets, such as the Abu logo I just collected, which then gets you access to the bonus stage at the end of the level. The majority of levels you just need to get through them from A to B. When you get to the bonus stages, there are two. The Genie one that you see here, which you get extra goals at by collecting the Genie heads throughout the game, and the Abu one, which I'm about to show you now. With regard to the Genie one, it's hit or miss. You're either going to get loads of goodies or none. Don't stress about it. This one though requires a little bit more skill, and from when I was younger I remember them being quite frustrating, mainly because you only get one chance to do it, and when you're a kid this game's actually quite challenging. As an adult, not so much, with the years of gaming experience that you accrue, but you want every last bit of help that you can in this game. So the extra lives and gems that you get here, gems can be used to get extra lives. I'll explain more on that shortly. You really feel like you need them. Something I wish that I'd realised when I was younger that I now is if you die, you die. You're just going to have to deal with it, restart, try again, whatever it might be. But in this one, the levels get more and more challenging. There's more than one Abu bonus stage. I'm not going to cover them all because we haven't got all day. But all you need to do is dodge everything that's thrown at you and collect as many items as you can, all in one life. And then once Abu starts doing his backflips, you've passed the level. Then we move on to the desert. Now this holds a special place in my heart because, as I mentioned earlier, this game is absolutely riddled with secrets and Easter eggs. And this is one that you would talk about on the playground. When you start this level, as you progress, you'll come across a washing line with some Mickey Mouse ears on. If you stand near those Mickey Mouse ears so that when Aladdin moves on his own, like this, except I missed, like this, you get an extra life. And I remember having a conversation in the playground when I was just a little kid about that. And I was like, no, it doesn't really work. You get home, you try it, and it did work. The amount of playground conversations you had where it was just like, think about Mew in Pokemon, for example, it was just bullshit. But anyway, in this, we have to collect the scarab. When we collect the first half of the scarab, it usually flies off. You have to do this a couple of times. I'm not going to show you that again, just to keep things nice and short. But again, it is as simple as getting to the end of the level and laughing at Abu jumping up and down on that guy's stomach. Once you've collected the scarab for, I think, the third time, that's it. Level complete. Okay, back to Agrabah. Then this one actually has a bit of a different mission. It's still just get from A to B, but obviously they needed to mix up the gameplay a little bit. So you'll see these flutes knocking around. When you pick up those, it gives you the ability to snake charm these ropes, and you can use them to fly around to different sections of the game. Think about it like just unlocking extra areas to get to. So here, for example, you collect the first one, that opens up the first rope. You collect the second one, and then the middle rope comes out. And of course, no prizes for guessing, you collect the third one, and now you've got access to the rest of the level. Other than that, the enemies are the same, there's nothing really new, although this level does introduce the slide mechanic, which I don't think they used enough. I think this might be the only location. There might be two, one of them is a secret, I think. Pulling on memories from 1993 here, I'm 34 years old, memories don't work. But either way, this leads us nicely into our first of two boss fights in this level, oddly enough. Dead easy, all you got to do is stand next to him and keep swinging. When he throws his knife, it bounces off your sword, and then you just pound him while he's stuck in the corner, and there's nothing he can do. Just while we've got a second to talk, I think one of the things that this game does so well is the attention to detail. For example, if two swords hit together, the screen flashes. If you throw an apple and it hits a sword, it gets cut in half. There's so many little details in this. It's just one of the many reasons why I love this game. I also hated it because it used to make me angry. This boss, again, if you've got apples, all you need to do is jump over his barrels and throw apples at him and he dies. Really, it's just getting used to the idea that you need to be using the apples as well as your sword. You do lose all your apples if you lose a life, but there's plenty around to collect. but obviously you want to try and keep a hold of them because they do make things easier. For example, you can throw them at enemies from far away, which saves you getting hit and saves your life. Your life, if you haven't noticed already, is the genie lamp in the top corner with the smoke trail coming out of it. Every time you get hit, that shrinks down. Now this level in the dungeon, this one, kind of like it, kind of don't. It slows things down a bit, and I think it slows things down a bit too much because you're often waiting on these platforms to go in and out of the wall. It's alright. The aesthetic is really nice, and of course it's got suicide bombers. A game set in the Middle East. Do you remember suicide bombers from the film? Oh, they were my favourite part. I don't really know why they're in it, other than maybe a reference to Mickey Mania, where you've got the skeletons that explode, because they do the same thing. When these skeletons explode, all the bones jump around the place and hurt you. But either way, I don't know if that would really fly today in a kid's game, but there you go. This level, whilst it does have some new enemies, you're not expected to learn anything new. Just watch out for spike traps, I suppose. Those are new to a degree. But again, it's just get from A to B, problem solved. Then we're on to the Cave of Wonders. Now this, to me, this is where the game starts to take, not a downturn, but things start to get a bit more difficult. This level is relatively straightforward too. All we need to do is destroy all of the statues. There are two kinds of statues. There's the gorillas holding the gems, which we destroy, and there's also the, I don't know if they're Buddha type statue, not Buddha. These kind of statues. You guys tell me what I'm trying to think of down in the comments. Basically, they're a statue and they throw gems at you, but only when you're not looking. But you can only hit them when they're moving, so you have to convince them to throw a gem at you or a rock, and then quickly hit it before the statue resets. And I've just accidentally shown you where the Abu secret stage is in this level. These are the guys that I'm on about. Hindu statues, maybe? Not really sure. Anyway, once you collect all of the statues and they're all destroyed, that opens up the path to the boss. And unfortunately, this one's just as easy as the last ones. All you need to do is stand by where he's about to appear and swing your sword so that he immediately disappears and appears the other side. I'm going to speed that up for you because you almost literally can't get hit by this boss as long as you follow this technique. Maybe on the hard mode it does something different. Doubt it. Anyway, Carpet then drops us off into a new section of the level. You can't control him at this stage. Then literally it's just a couple of jumps through this secret area, and you don't have to go through the secret area, and we're just climbing up the steps that are in the film towards the lamp. Now anybody who's seen the film knows what happens when Aladdin touches the lamp. Only one may enter, seek ye out the diamond in the rough, and the diamond in the rough goes and steals the very thing he's not supposed to do. The cave tells him, don't touch nothing. But anyway, no, it's Abu that triggers the lava in the film, not Aladdin. Anyway, this level, okay, right, what can I say about this level? Mother in pain in the mother in ass is what it is. So, imagine you're a kid and you've struggled your way through the game so far, you're already low on lives. This one is designed to rob you of everything. There are wrong turns to take, bolts of lava that pop out, and if you hit that lava while you're jumping, it will drag you down into the lava below. All the jumps seem pixel perfect. It is annoying, but doable. You just have to keep trying, keep running, and jump as late as possible. And then we take one last jump straight into the lava. Oh no, wait, Carpet saves us. You thought the last level was bad? If you played this game as a kid, you'll know this music. You'll know this music well. You'll know the level well. The only thing you won't know is which way to fucking go. So, I actually enjoy this level, even though it's really hard, because two reasons. One, it goes fast, and I like things that go fast. Two, I thought the animation on the lava was something I'd never really seen before of this quality on a game. So it showed like a graphical jump from the Master System to the MegaDrive. But anyway, it's a relatively straightforward idea. All you need to do is follow the direction that Genie's hand points and dodge the oncoming boulders. Well, I guess we're going towards them. If you hit a boulder, it's hit, it's game over. There's no health. It doesn't chip away your health. It's just start again, and you have to do the whole stage in one go. There are no checkpoints, so if you mess up, you're going to mess up, and you're going to memorize the first bit really well, but the last bit is so fast. And especially if you just lost all your lives on the previous level, which is a difficult one to do, you're not going to get to retry this as many times as you hope. If you're still watching at this point in the video, thank you very much. It's been 10 minutes and I haven't even asked you to subscribe yet, so if you could do that for me, that would be ace. Do all the things that YouTubers ask you to do, it helps me out massively. Genie is trying to help us as best as he can, but every once in a while he'll throw a question mark. those question marks always go down and you'll be fine. And on the last question mark, there's only 2, just stay down, because it looks like there's an extra rock. I'm not sure if you can hit it, but I've never been brave enough to find out. Either way, this level will be in your memory banks very clearly if you've ever played this game. But we did it. Alright. Okay, so we've escaped the lamp. No, sorry, we've escaped the cave, which now leads us into the inside of the lamp. Again, this is where the game is taking a few liberties with the original IP. This doesn't happen in the film. However, I quite like this level. There's no enemies. It's just platforming challenges, and it can be difficult at times. But it's, again, it's not the worst thing in the world, and it's a nice welcome break, especially after we've just had a really stressful level before. This one's a bit more fun, and it's got one of the best songs in the film playing in the background, and you kind of end up singing along with it. The little hands that shrink, they can be a bit annoying, but as long as you take your time, you haven't really got anything to worry about. Progress your way towards the end, and eventually we find Genie sitting there waiting rather well, he's got his tongue out and wants to eat us. Either way, level complete again. So now we're approaching the end of the game. We have 2 levels left, both very, very similar. It's kind of like heaven and hell, easy and hard. So first we do the Sultan's Palace. I don't know why the Sultan insists that in order to get around his palace, we have to kill A, the Sultan's guards, B, jump on the Sultan's flamingos, and C, just to get from one room to another, we need flying carpet. But either way, at this point in the game is where it introduces what I think one of the most annoying mechanics, which is carpet, but when we're not controlling him. So he flies us around the level to try and help us, but in doing so, he flies us directly into the path of oncoming enemies, and we get injured and we can't control it. The best you can do is keep swinging your sword and hope that you kill the enemies before you crash into them. It does try to make up with that a little bit, but by flying you into health. But I often find it's just annoying. I'm like, we've spent the whole game carefully learning each level, and now you're going to start taking away health from me without me being able to control it. No thanks. But like I say, you do get health back, and it doesn't make it impossible. It is just irritating. We free a Boo, progress a little bit further through the level. We can buy things from the merchant if we want. I wish he sold health. He sells lives and continues, which are both pointless. If you've got 9 lives, you're probably not going to need the continues, and you can't buy more lives. Then we have one more mini boss, which is even easier than the previous ones. You literally stand in this exact spot, swing your sword, and throw apples every once in a while like Iago. When you swing your sword here, it kind of prevents the ghosts from spawning properly, so they can't do anything to you, they can't hit you, Iago can't do anything to you. Just spam him with apples until he's dead. Well, dead. It is a Disney film. Okay, now like I said, we're on to Jafars Palace instead of the Sultan's Palace, and you'll see it looks very similar, except it's all different. We have statues. You don't have to kill them, you just have to not get hit by them, and we also have plenty of fire going around the place this time. So this is where the game starts to put the pressure back on you. You've had a couple of nice chill levels, and if you're down to your last couple of lives, you're going to have sweaty palms here. But all we need to do is get to the end. There's plenty of health throughout the level, so if you do take a few hits, don't stress about it. I would imagine on the hard difficulty, you're probably not going to get quite as many health pickups, but that's okay. Cross the bridge of spikes, get yourself some extra health, and eventually we come to carpet. Once we get carpet's in it twice, it's the second time when you know you're near the end, just in case you want to psych yourself up for the big difficult fight. Now, when I was younger, this fight, I did find it quite difficult, but I'll show you how easy it is to do now that you're an adult. So Jafar tries to pull you in. All you need to do is spam the living crap out of him with apples. If you've got no apples, they will spawn, but you have to jump up onto the little golden platforms to get them, and like I'll show you in a bit, those golden platforms set on fire when you step on them, so move quickly. See? Anyway, enough apples and he'll turn into the snake or the serpent. And all you need to do is stay here and jump up and down over the flames and spam apples repeatedly. And that's it. This fight not used to terrify me, but it was a challenge when I was a kid, and I can't believe just how easy it is now I'm an adult. But hey, that's it. That's Aladdin complete. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing. There's a button somewhere down in the corner for you to do that, and I'm going to let you enjoy the credits. made you look.